Assalamu alaikum. Amr here, Mir Amr Khan from Minute Mirror, and today we have with us Ammaad Rohail, the Canadian Pakistani Ambassador of Sports to Uzbekistan. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. Mr. Ambassador, a Canadian Pakistani who has worked for Sony, who has been in the Canadian national team of video game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
How did that transition take place from gaming to sports and then, strongman games, which is a relatively new term in the sports of Pakistan? Like, how did that happen?
So it's a long journey. I was in Canada for almost 18 years, and my family, my parents were residing in Pakistan. And one day I got a call from my dad, and he said, "You know what? Why don't you visit Pakistan? And we miss you." So I came down, and just during that brief visit, my dad, he went through a heart attack. So I extended my stay. And while I was here and he was bedridden for a few months, I joined his office. We have a group of companies here, and when I started going to the office, I realized there are many, problems in the accounting system, and we were dealing with a lot of shortcomings. So,
I'm sorry to cut you out, Ambassador. Could you please take us back to your, to your stay and to your endeavors and to your ventures in Canada? Like, what were you doing in Canada? Because if I'm not mistaken, you were the captain of the Canadian national video gaming team. Is that correct?
Yes, it's known as a national cyber team, and I was inducted in the team at the age of 19. I was with them for 5 years. I was team captain for 3 years, and I retired from the team at the age of 25.
From the Canadian national video gaming team?
Yes.
Okay.
And basically,
did you ever win any world title?
Yes, I have won many world titles. I was really good in Quake, Rakion, it's a Korean game, World of Warcraft, EverQuest. Many of the games are obsolete now, but back in the day, Tekken was very famous, FIFA was very famous, and I retired at the age of 25.
Okay, and then you came back to Pakistan after retirement?
No, after retirement, I worked with Sony. I worked with Sony for 5 years on the development of PlayStation 4. My academic background is in IT and business technology. So I worked with Sony for 5 years.
Okay, so you were with Sony Canada for 5 years, developing the softwares for newer versions of video games. Is that correct?
It was actually video game development. So I was in charge of running the Toronto office, and we used to get projects, gaming titles, and we had to finish the projects within timeline and within budget. So we were responsible for development, fine-tuning the games, and also the testing phase of the games.
Okay, and then you said that during this time that you were serving at the Sony Canada, you got a call from your father and he asked you to come to Pakistan, and you did, right?
Yes, I came down as early as I could, and it was just like a week visit, which turned into a couple of months. And then when I joined his office for a brief moment, I found out like there were a lot of anomalies, a lot of issues going on. So I extended my stay, and within a period of 6 to 8 months, I decided that I'm going to stay here because I felt my parents needed me. My dad's business was also requiring some proper vigilance, so I extended my stay.
Okay, so you became a businessman, like an entrepreneur.
Yes,
I took over your father's business, which is?
Well, we have a chain of hotels, and we also have a pharmaceutical industry. We manufacture life-saving products, and we are one of the biggest exporters in Pakistan.
Okay, exporters of?
Life-saving drugs.
Okay, and how did that transition take place? Like, from the background of being a businessman, of a gamer, of, gaming software development, at Sony Canada, to becoming the ambassador of sports, in Uzbekistan. How did that happen?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. No matter what you do in life, you have to excel at it. I was good in video games. I was one of the best in the world. At the time, this was late 90s and early 2000s. There were not too many brown people in the esports. What we term them today as esports was just known as video games back then. I was known as the brown guy. I mean, there were no other brown guy in the whole competitions all over the world. And there was no social media at the time. There was no Facebook, there was no Instagram. So everything was done on forums, and the popularity of games and people was very different from what it is today. Today, if you post something within 6 to 8 hours, it can go viral. Back in the day, it used to take 3 to 4 months to go viral. So back in the day, like video gamers who were good, they were taken as rock stars, and we didn't used to play games online that much. All the tournaments, they used to happen in big auditoriums, in big aircraft hangars. Like some of the stories I would tell you, you wouldn't believe it.
Was it good money as well?
Yes, it was really, really good money. When I was playing for Canada, that was also good money. I've been to almost 55 countries to compete, and it was always.
And you said that you were the captain of the national Canadian video gaming team, right?
After 2 years, initially I was an immigrant, but when I became citizen, then after that I was entitled to become the Canadian captain, and I was Canada for 3 years.
For 3 years,
yeah.
You remained the captain of the national Canadian video gaming team.
Absolutely.
Okay, now coming back to the point, quite recently you took our gold medalist weightlifter Nuh Dastagir Butt. He hails from Gujranwala. You took him to strongman world competition in Uzbekistan. And how were you involved in it? And like I said, like I asked before, how did this transition take place?
So we have a lot of diplomatic ties with the Uzbek government. My dad is the general honorary counselor for Uzbekistan, and I attended some events. They invited me. They liked my management style, so they suggested that I should take a position with them. That was the ambassador of sports. So my job is to get them global talent from all over the world, to make sure that they come to Uzbekistan, they train in Uzbekistan, then they go back and they compete in the world's best tournaments, Olympics being the first one. After winning, they come back, they serve in the same institute where they trained, they serve as teachers, and they employ a lot of teachers like that who were used to be professional athletes before, and now they have a huge classes of commercial kids coming from all over the world to get this technical education in sports.
And Nuh Dastagir Butt he just happened to be one of those sportsmen that you took, to Uzbekistan to compete in the, world championship of strongman games.
Okay, so strongman games is actually a very European and American thing. It's something new in Central Asia now, and for some reason it has not touched Southeast Asia yet. So as time is going on, things are picking up, and Uzbekistan is one of those countries which has developed world-class facilities in gyms and sports arenas and activities. So when we got the chance that we could take one Pakistani to compete in a global competition over there, I jumped on it, because I believe it's very easy to find talent in any country in the world, but in Pakistan it takes a lot of trouble.
So you took Nuh Dastagir Butt on this world-class tournament that was happening in Uzbekistan. You took him there twice, right, in the past 2 years?
Yes, we went last year, and this year we went again. So it's been 2 times.
My question, why did you not take him to the Olympics?
Well, for Olympics, there is a whole lot of regulations. Okay, so we cannot take him directly to Olympics. For Olympics, it has to be taken by federation. And the Federation of Pakistan.
And when you say federation, sir, you mean to say the Pakistani Weightlifting Federation?
So,
because that's what his game is, right?
Yes.
And tell us also the difference, when you answer this question, the difference between weightlifting and strongman games.
Okay, so there are 2 federations which usually go in this class for Olympics. One is the Federation of weightlifting, and then there is the Federation of powerlifting. Our federation got banned in Olympics because...
When you say our Uzbekistani?
No, I'm talking about Pakistan. I'm referring to Pakistan.
So Pakistan's weightlifting federation got banned.
Yes.
Weightlifting federation of Pakistan got banned to enter Olympics.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, some of the players got caught doping, and it was more than few. So the World Federation assumed that this was not their doing. They blamed the federation for it, and they placed a 3-year ban on it.
So did the federation not present their case that they had nothing to do with this personal corruption or cheating? It was like the fault of the sportsmen and not the federation as a whole body?
Well, I think we have some incompetent people at the right places, and we didn't get the proper result for that. And
I mean, we did win gold this in the most recent Olympics, and I think that was in the spear throwing. I don't know the javelin, right? And Nadeem Arshad. So had you or somebody else, given Noor Dastagir the chance to compete at Olympics, do you think that Noor Dastagir, since you have worked with him, so recently, and I think you must have, seen him perform, very closely, do you think that he was or is at a level of winning gold at the Olympics?
Yes, I definitely think we missed not one, but we missed a few gold medals. He's a very gifted athlete. His work ethic is very good. It's as world class as it can be. And one of the things is, like, I don't think that the federation was fair to him and to many other athletes.
But I'm sorry to cut you out. You said that the federation got banned as a whole itself. So let's say if the federation had not, got banned, would the federation have, taken him to the Olympics or not?
I don't think they can stop him, because he's a house-renowned name. Anybody who's coming to Olympics has already won a lot of medals on a lower level competitions. So everybody knows everybody else who's coming, who's competing. And this guy, the way he blew away his competition in Commonwealth Games, everybody knew, like, it's a piece of cake for him.
That's what I think most of us were wondering. Why Pakistan was not being represented at the Olympics in the sports of weightlifting. I mean, Noor Dastagir Bhatt was there. So what happened? You mean to say that the whole of the Federation of Pakistan of weightlifting and powerlifting got banned? They could not send any of their sportsmen to compete in the Olympics because they got banned. Is that correct?
Yes. Nobody can represent Pakistan because the federation is not allowed.
With weightlifting, right?
Weightlifting and powerlifting.
But the other sports they can.
For other sports they can, yes. There are different boards for different sports.
Okay.
So for powerlifting and weightlifting, there are two separate boards. They got banned in both of them.
And was there any action taken against these two boards? Like, how could they get this? Like, slip away. How could they have this slip away?
Well, this was not the only thing. There are so many things happening at the local level. People keep disputing each other. Then there was another problem. There were two boards. There was another association which wanted to represent in the World Federation Board. They made their own association. They went to the World Federation. Oh, you can count us in. And then both boards, they started fighting with each other. It became a stage of world mockery.
But we as Pakistanis suffered. Our pride, our honor as a nation suffered. I hope that the culprits are, going to face, some legal action pretty soon. Now, of course, if Noor Dastagir Bhatt was involved in doping, then you might not have taken him to compete at, world level tournament in Tashkent in Uzbekistan quite recent. So because of the incompetency of the board of the weightlifting, people like Noor Dastagir Bhatt, the talent we have, could not get a chance to showcase their skills and their strength at the Olympics platform. Is that correct?
Let me correct you there. Noor Dastagir was never tested positive for doping. It was other players. He was the only one who
That's what I said. That if he were, then of course you might not have taken him to Tashkent as well, because that's also another world-class tournament that took place quite recently. So if he had, tested positive, then of course he would not have been, competing, at this tournament as well.
Well,
that's what I said.
Strongman is a little bit different. Strongman games is basically an exhibitional sport. All the sports which go to Olympics are professional sports. So there is a very clear boundary between professional sports and exhibition sports. In exhibition sports, you don't get tested for doping. So people could be steroided all the way through. There are different types of steroids. There are 3 basic types. And there are a lot of athletes which take all 3 sort of steroids.
But they cannot compete in the Olympics taking those steroids.
Yes.
Right?
So there is a very complex process of Olympics, how they test their players for doping. Even though it's very straightforward, but you have to be very, very vigilant that you don't make a mistake. So every athlete, he gets 3 chances a year. Any moment you are registered with the Olympic Federation as an athlete, they can call you at any given time and they can see where you are. They will send a team to take your sample. That sample will be tested in a day and the results will come. If you are tested positive, you are blacklisted from Olympics for life. And
for
life. And okay. The interesting thing is that if you are not available on the given address, like for example, you are traveling and you're staying in a hotel, so you have to give the address, you have to update your even your temporary accommodation on the website of the Olympic. And if they come and if you're not in your room, they will wait there for 3 hours. Okay, and if you are not back, what they will do is they will take your 1 chance off and you get 3 chances a year. And if you don't if you lose 3 chances, you're done for the year.
Okay. And what if you're out there, watching a film, in the cinema?
Well, you can tell your front desk that if somebody comes, please let them know that I should be back by this time. I'm just going to watch a movie. You have to be very, you have to adhere the rules. You have to be very vigilant. You don't make a mistake, because with certain stage, you have to be responsible. And Olympic, they take responsibility and professionalism very seriously.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, let me ask you, being the ambassador of sports, is it only the strongman games that you're connected with, or is it like all the other games as well, all the other sports? Like what other sports are you connected with other than the strongman games?
Well, I look after all the sports. Whatever they tell me, I organize their international matches, friendly matches, I make the schedules. I also try to help them out with getting different professionals, consultants, coaches from all over the world, and we have been doing it for quite some time now, and it's been going very good.
And have you been on the lookout for female sports talent as well?
Yes, unfortunately in Pakistan it's really hard for us to scout women, because
the reason being?
Well, first of all, they don't have good platforms here. They don't have websites, they don't have Instagram pages. You need to know people to find somebody, and then you go to these shabby gyms where they are not well maintained, and even though they get the funding for it, so I'm surprised why they are not very well kept.
Okay, how would you like to improve this, in terms of recruiting some female, talent as well, that could represent Pakistan at international levels?
Well, I'm always looking for people. I'm looking out for people, and I am developing my own platform where athletes can actually get connected with us, and they can show us what sort of talent they have. And if they have anything remotely close to world class, we can take them, we can nurture them.
And this goes for any kind of sports?
For most of the sports, yes. Uzbekistan is very good in few sports: volleyball, soccer. Their world soccer team just qualified for World Cup next year, and they just knocked out Qatar to become, to get their spot in the World Cup. So other than that, volleyball, football, martial arts, they are one of the best right now. In judo, they are really good. Their cycling team is one of the best in Asia right now, and they have been pushing us, the ambassadors, to get maximum world-class talent. So right now I am sending one female group of cyclists from Pakistan as a amateur to go and just have a cycling experience in Uzbekistan, you know. So it's a 10-day trip, and it's very well organized, and it's supported by the federation, a cycling federation of Asia and Uzbekistan.
And what part is the Pakistani Federation playing in this?
None.
At all, if any?
None. So they probably are not.
I think they're getting all the funds to do it, so why
They
not?
get the funds. You know, a funny thing, I shouldn't be taking any names, but the people who are sitting at the helm are mostly political appointments. They have no idea how sport works. They have no idea the professionalism it requires. They don't know the technical details. They are just some, you know, random guy who got appointed, and now, you know, he's sitting there doing nothing. Sometimes they don't even show up.
You got any plans of taking it up and exposing them to the, you know, chief minister or the prime minister or anything?
I think they are well aware of the situation, but that's not their priority. They are more entangled with other things which are going on in the country. I think economics is being which requires the most attention. Then we have been doing very good diplomatically. You know, foreign relations has been pretty good.
But I think the mismanagement of the funds, Mr. Ambassador, is automatically going to, you know, be bad for the economics as well. You know, at least at national level.
I'll tell you something very important, and I think it's very important that we understand how crucial is sports. We get one gold medal in sports and the whole nation went crazy. We got one World Cup in cricket and the whole Pakistan went crazy. So imagine a guy like Noor Dastagir Bhatt walking in with 3 gold medals in one Olympics run. Imagine how that would feel. You know, given the situation, how he has nurtured himself. You know, his coach is his own dad, and they had to sell their own house to help him train. They have invested their life savings in this guy, and that is the only reason he became so good. You know, hard work is there, but there are also sacrifices, not only of himself but also his family, his people, his relatives. Everybody around it supported him to make sure he can go to all these tournaments.
So, sir, like Noor Dastagir Bhatt's family, or you, as you are his, you know, you can say, I think, mentor right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I am a strength coach also, and I
Did
also.
you guys reach out to the government of how we are basically wasting our talent?
Not really, because I don't think there are appropriate people who would understand the complexity of the matter. I think that it's easier to do it and show them how it's done without using their platform. And this is what I've been doing. I've taken few athletes, I've gotten them gold medals. They're coming back, and we are starting this culture now where I will be taking a lot more people to get a lot more medals, and then hopefully they will, you know, come to terms with it.
Okay, well, I hope so, and I wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.
This
Bye-bye.
is Mir Amar Khan. Assalamu alaikum.
मज़ीद ऐसी वीडियोस देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाना न भूलें।